happen, and to come back here and 10 years later and go, wow, this is great.
You talked about food as culture. Kind of explain that a little bit if you can. Kind of how food is culture and what's meant by that.
Well, I mean, everybody has their own definition of culture, but basically culture is your story, your community's story. What makes up the fabric of your story? And in Mississippi, because we're in government and we need to put titles to everything and give everything a name, we've really focused in on literature, music, civil war, civil rights, food, architecture, and art. And we call that culture. Now, there's a lot of other subcultures and cultural context, religion, there's many other avenues that you can pursue, but in that regard, we say food is culture. Food is your story. Your family's story has a reference point in food. Recipes, that's oral history. Recipes that are handed down from generation to generation are part of food culture. The fact that you cook chicken the way your grandmother cooked chicken, or you make a lemon meringue pie the way your mother made a lemon meringue pie, is the handing down of culture. And in this case, food culture.
What about the culinary arts? You talked a little bit about that. Hasn't always gone hand in hand with the arts and some people's thinking. And there's some changes that we'll be hearing about in Mississippi, looking for some funding and doing those.
Well, it's just my own personal mission to introduce culinary arts into the Mississippi Arts Commission's realm of granting, the granting world. What the Arts Commission does is we receive federal and state funding, government, public monies, your tax dollars, my tax dollars. A small piece, and I mean a small piece, comes to the Arts Commission. And then we re-grant that money back out into the field for research, performances, and the creation of art. And whether it's to art councils or to symphonies or ballets or blues musicians, that's what we do. And prior to my coming to the Arts Commission, there was no history of working in the culinary arts. Well, coming from a culinary arts background, or restaurant or food background, it's only natural that the first thing I asked when I got there was, do we do food projects? And everybody went, oh, no, we don't do that. And I said, but that's culinary arts. Why aren't we doing food projects? And they said, well, it's just we don't do it. And so I then inquired to the National Endowment for the Arts about using a portion of their funding to do culinary arts re-granting, and they said, no, we really have never crossed that bridge. We've never really gone into that territory, and the truth is we really don't want to right now. That's not part of the structure. So I've just found a way to do it, independence, so that I'm not taking federal money, and may or may not use some state money, but I think as the state gets really serious about cultural and heritage tourism, that culinary arts and food just has to be a part of that. So it will be treated going forward. Once we do a few grants in the culinary arts and we sort of get it worked into the program, I think you'll see us doing more and more. And again, that raises this whole elevates language. The more, if government starts talking about food as culture, and the governor starts talking about food and culture, which our governor does. We have a governor who says that Mississippi is the birthplace of America's popular music. We have a governor who says that food and architecture and Civil War and civil rights and literature and music is our culture. That is part of our tourism package. We promote golf, we promote deep sea fishing, we promote fishing and hunting, but we also promote food and foodways. We promote the tamale trail. We promote people, eating as they travel in the state. My dream is that soon we'll have a website in Mississippi where you'll go to Travel Mississippi and a site will come up and you can say, I'm interested in, and you can put tamales, blues, and Civil War, and an itinerary will flash up on your screen that will show you, once you come into the state of Mississippi, where all of those sites are. Places to stay, places to buy gas, places to eat, places to socialize, and historic places. We now have the Mississippi Blues Commission, which I'm a member of, and we've set out and formed a blues trail. We have a tamale trail, and someday we'll have a literature trail, Civil War, Civil Rights trail, an architecture trail, and a foods trail. So that's all part of the big picture, and it's exciting to be a part of something new and something sort of cutting edge, if you would. But the cool thing about it is that in Mississippi today, everybody speaks that same language. Everybody in tourism, everybody in economic development, the governor's office, lieutenant governors, everybody is on the same page that food is culture. So that makes it a whole lot easier.